capturing a video of the current ProForm HIIT Trainer Pro and iFit performance. This is specifically going to cover manual mode workout. This is an offline workout controlled by you. And as you will see shortly, the current software version, when it conducts a manual mode, has 2 points in the software, 3-ish, kind of, where the performance is beyond acceptable. In the factory reset version of iFit software, it does not occur, and it was not an issue a couple years ago before they updated the splash screen and added all this fancy stuff with the graphics. So in the current version, we get this blue background screen. This was not present in previous, when this was not present in previous versions, the manual mode issue did not exist. We're going to go to manual mode, and it tells you right here, are you sure without logging in you won't have access to our exclusive library with thousands of trainer-led workouts? Go back to sign in. This is a new feature of the update too. It kind of harasses you and gets in the way of you starting your workout. But that's not why this video is being made. I mean, this is annoying, and it shouldn't be here, but there's a bigger problem. Okay, continue without iFit. It brings you to this screen, and as you can see, stats, they're all null. They're all null because you're not signed in. No milestones. Why? Because I'm not signed in. I do not have an iFit account, and this was never an issue until this recent update, which added all these fancy screens. We'll hop over here. We'll show the information real quick. App info. There's the app info. IP address, everything. We're connected to Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi connection is 2.4 gigahertz. 2.4 gigahertz is what they say it should be connected to. I don't even think this thing has a 5G capable Wi-Fi, but at any rate, it is connected to 2.4 gigahertz, and it gets about 70 megabits per second. And that's going to be important because they claim the Wi-Fi is why this is so slow. No, I think the Wi-Fi is more or less, it's a symptom. It's a symptom of the fundamental problem in the software, which we'll get to. So here you go. This is a new tablet. iFit did send a new tablet. I had to swap that out. So as you can see, 2 workouts on here. And the issue still, the issue still goes on, and iFit, is adamant, and they're claiming it's a Wi-Fi issue, even though, if you were to factory reset the machine, it would work without any issues other than some glitches with lap display. And that's why I can't go back to the base version, because the lap display is just horrible. It's off. You complete a lap, but the graphic shows you're not complete or something. It doesn't even match up. So Wi-Fi. There we go. Good solid connection. All right. Now we're going to go do the manual start. We're about 5 minutes into the video. Now, this is one of the new pieces of the update here, this loading workout screen. And it takes about 2 minutes before it will show the warm-up lap, just to show a warm-up lap. And that's the problem this video is being done to document. The other problem is at the end of the workout when you're completing it. Whatever it's doing here, we know it has something to do with network, because if you turn Wi-Fi off, this does not happen. The warm-up lap shows right away. And if you're on an older version of iFit, it doesn't happen either. The manual warm-up lap shows immediately. But on this current version, they changed the logic in the software. I don't know what it's doing. iFit has not told me what it is doing. They claim it's a Wi-Fi issue. There's the first beep after over a minute. Okay, so a little bit faster today, but still slow. It took over a minute. Although the graphic for the warm-up lap is not here. That's interesting. They used to have the track here. You just had the timer. All right, let's go. So yeah, that's a tweak, I guess. It used to show a lap. Now it doesn't. But it still took over a minute. Not an issue. Not an issue on the factory reset mode. Not an issue from before they added those fancy screens and eye candy to iFit. We'll end the warm up, get into the workout. We have to go for at least 1 minute. Any workouts less than 1 minute, it skips saving workout stats. And this is important because this was not a behavior that exists in the factory reset version of the software. It's not a feature that I ran into as a problem in earlier version of the software before they added those fancy screens. So we're almost up to a minute. We want to make sure that we hit the threshold. Okay, that should be good. Now we'll stop it. Stop. Now this is a new screen as well. Saving your workout data. And it always takes a long time. Whether you have, 1 minute of data, 60 minutes of data. I don't have the heart monitor hooked up right now because I'm just doing a video, but the delay is the same. And in the older versions, never had to wait this long for the workout stats to show. It would show right away. Or like in 2020, I didn't have this problem either. It's whenever they added all these extra screens with these high-res backgrounds, pseudo high-res, they're not that high quality. But they are an update from what used to show. And as part of that update, they've added points, some unnecessary looping in the code, contingent on network communication before we'll proceed, through the cycle. The data upload could definitely be done in the background, but it isn't. If a data link was needed, that is, this is a manual workout. You are continuing without iFit. Therefore, there's nothing for it to save data to anyway. So, and that's one of the big questions in my mind is why is there network communication for a manual offline workout? What are they spying on? And there we go. Manual workout stats finally pops up. Now, if you turn Wi-Fi off, instead of that saving workout stat screen, you'll get a little pop-up that says unable to communicate to network. You hit OK on the pop-up, and then you proceed immediately to this workout stat screen. So for now, I will be turning Wi-Fi off when doing my manual workouts. I'm not going to be wasting minutes of my life just to get a workout in. And I can't help it that the software department over at iFit, continues to blame Wi-Fi and refuses to address the fundamental changes in the software that have caused this tie-in, this required linking to whatever this network communication is, which they will not explain what that is, that prevents the starting and stopping of a manual mode offline workout. The key word being offline. An offline workout, for some reason, is requiring network communication. And if you turn Wi-Fi off, then you have to deal with error box that pops up right before this workout screen comes up, which is a minor nuisance. It's a nuisance that should not be present. It's poor software design. Clearly, whoever's QAing is not doing a good job, or the developers are just ignoring it. Either way, it's junk. I'm basically paid $1,500 to software test their software. And of course, they give me the runaround. They did ship me this new unit on top, but I knew it wasn't going to fix the problem because I've been dealing with this issue for about a year. And I factory reset before, did not have the problem. I tried a software update and it started happening. And, I noticed the problem because one time I came down here and saw the software had updated on the iFit. The backgrounds had all changed, and that's how I know this problem. That's when this problem started with the delays in starting and stopping workouts. It slaps you right in the face. And then, so that was, sometimes that part can be a little slow, but probably because I was talking for so long, it completed whatever it was doing. Now, in contrast, I'm going to show you briefly. Here we have a Bowflex tread climber. Okay. This doesn't have any fancy bells and whistles. See? No delays to start a workout on this. You double check your weight, and then you start it. And you go faster, slower. See, that's a workout. People want to come in here, they want to start the workout, and then you can record the metrics afterward, whatever. There's no network communication. Nothing added to the software to try to force you to use iFit online workouts every single time you use the machine. No extra screens to dig through. See, this screen was added. They added this screen and the pop-up box to make you click twice as much to get into a manual mode workout. It used to go right to your dashboard. It used to start here. And then you turn the machine on and you could do a manual mode with one press of a button. But not anymore. They take you back to that main screen and they force you. And it's silly because look, you can access online workouts from here. So those two screens in the front where they harass you to get to this screen, because you can't see your dashboard. You can't see your dashboard from the main screen, you know. And the dashboard is useless here if you're not signed into iFit. So who designs this crap? And don't bother reporting an issue or anything through here. It'll send the machine information off to them, but you can't do any attachments. Even though the form allows attachments, you can't do any attachments. Not through the iFit tablet here. It doesn't work. You can't do screenshots. You can't do anything. And you have to I think you have to like, sometimes it asks you for like the machine information and stuff like that, but you can't access that through the tablet. So at least not easily. So yeah, see, login, there's a login right there. Whoever designed this is a fucking idiot. Apparently that main screen, they want you to use that main screen for everything, but that main screen, you know, obviously does not have the dashboard, does not have the milestones, and you know, whatever. They definitely have set this up to make your workouts more difficult to start unless you pay them for an iFit subscription. And then they waste your time when you contact them for help in getting this fixed. They ignore the fundamental software flow. Clearly, they don't give a crap about the workflow in the software. And they have hard-coded 2 points in a manual workout, linking it to network communication before it will proceed to the next part of the workflow, of the process. And for whatever reason, if that network communication is slow, and I don't know why it's slow, that's still an ongoing process. I have high-speed internet through Spectrum. The only device having this problem is this ProForm HIIT Trainer Pro. All other devices, Roku's, tablets, phones, computers, laptops, no problems at all with network. It's only this ProForm device. Signal strength is good. Bandwidth is 70 megabits per second on 2.4 gigahertz. This is a piece of exercise equipment. You only need about 10 megabits per second for 4K streaming video. So even with the constraints of Wi-Fi communication, of it being a shared channel, having 70 megabits per second is definitely more than enough to handle whatever crap is going on the backside. And from a programming perspective, you should not be linking communication with a network. For a manual mode workout, it should not be required of any kind before you can jump in and do a manual mode workout. And saving the stats, whatever you want to save stats, save them in the background. You're going to show that workout screen, stat screen immediately. And yes, I would like to know what the fundamental cause of the network problem is. I've done some trace routes to ifit.com. Looks like some sort of network loops with Amazon AWS, but I'm not sure how much more digging I can do, or if I'm ever going to get an answer to why that part of the process is crap. But, from my perspective, I've done absolutely everything I can to make this work. So the lesson here is just turn the Wi-Fi off, if you're going to do manual mode workouts and you don't want to deal with the slowness.